Hardware is physical stuff like a CPU, SSD, RAM, etc. Software is the code used to operate the hardware. Then, what is firmware? What is the purpose of firmware? Well, firmware is a special kind of software, but it works differently. You see, every piece of hardware is physical and works with electricity. It communicates using electrical signals, but you may not know how to communicate with the hardware that I made, because to you, the hardware is just a piece of metal. Now, to make this piece of metal useful, I would need some basic software that does the most basic things, like turning it on, making it usable by others, and stuff like that. This special software is called firmware. Firmware translates the electrical signal into a meaningful message that can then be used by other devices and software. This firmware comes with the hardware and mostly runs on a dedicated chip. Your computer's BIOS is firmware that does things like start the CPU, initialize RAM, detect disks, and make it possible to run the operating system. Every digital device has firmware, like your TV remote. That is to say, firmware is basic software that comes with the hardware and makes it usable by other devices or humans. And you shouldn't mess with the firmware, because if the firmware is broken, the hardware is just a piece of metal.